Welcome back students. Today in this class we are going to study about looping statements in Java. So among that we are going to study the do while loop. The do while loop is in contrast with the while loop. The major difference is that the expression or condition is tested at the bottom of the loop. This means that the body of loop is executed at least once regardless of the result of the condition. And also this do while loop is also known as an exit control loop. This means that the code will always be executed first and then the expression or test condition will be evaluated. That is, if the condition statement evaluates to true, the body of loop is repeated. This process is repeated until the condition is evaluated to false. So, do while loop is known as an exit control loop. The loop is executed at least once. If the test expression evaluates to true, the loop continues, otherwise it drops out. So, this is about do while loop. So let's see the syntax of do while loop. So this is the syntax of do while loop. Do opening brace, body of loop, closing brace, while conditional expression. After that there is a semicolon. So the while statement terminates with a semicolon in do while loop. So this is the most important or most common difference between do while and while loop. So let's see it with an example. So as discussed earlier, you know that this do while loop will execute the body of loop once before the condition checking. So this is a major difference between do while and while loop. In the case of while loop, if the condition, that is if the while condition we are checking is true, then only we will come inside the body of loop. But in the case of do while loop, we will execute the body of loop once, at least once before the condition checking. Let's see. Here you can see that initialization is given before the do loop. Int I equal 1. It is similar to while loop. Then do. So here all these words are keywords. Okay, do, opening of do loop. Then there's a printing message over here. System.out.println, how do you do? So this is a message. Then we will increment the value of this loop control variable. Then closing of loop. So after that we will check the condition with the while I less than or equal to 5, and after that semicolon. So here you can see that this do while loop is a exit control loop because the condition is checked at the bottom of the loop. Clear? You can see that the body of loop will be executed once before the condition checking. So you can see this is the output of this particular program segment. So here there is a program to print first 5 natural numbers using do while loop. So the same program we discussed in for loop and while loop, but here we are doing it with do while loop. So let's see how to do that. That is class declaration, class name, the name of the class is program1, then opening of class, then our main method declaration, public static void main, string of arguments, then opening of main. Inside the main method we will write our program statements. So here the purpose of this particular program is to print natural numbers using do while loop. So since we are using do while loop, the initialization part will comes before the do loop. Int I equal 1. So the initial here I is the loop control variable, and we know that the first 5 natural numbers to be printed. So the first value is 1. So we have given the loop control variable's initial value as 1. I equal 1. Then do, then opening of this loop, then we have printed our value of 5. Then here we have given I equal I plus 1. Instead of that you can give I plus plus. Both are right. Update expression. Then closing of loop. After closing of this particular segment, we will use our while test while I less than or equal to 5. Then put a semicolon. then closing of main, closing of class. So here you can see that the condition is checked at the bottom of the loop. So this is a way of printing the 5 natural numbers. Do dry run for this program. So the similar programs are repeated in this section also. Go through all the program, students. So I hope this content is clear for you. Next, we are going to discuss the jumping statements in Java. So in Java there are several jumping statements are there. So jumping statements or jump statements are used to transfer the control from one program segment to another. Jumping statements are or jump statements are used to transfer the control of one program segment from one section to another. So there are different jumping statements are there: break, continue and go to. So among that you want to study only break and continue. Break and continue. So let's see about break statement. So already we know the use of break statements. The break statement prematurely terminates a loop. The loop is exited and control is transferred to the first statement after the loop. So here you can see that a set of code is given. So we have already studied about break statement in the switch case. So we know that after each case value there is a break. So what happens automatically? The control will goes out of the switch statement if you are giving the break statement. So here int sum equals 0. Here we have declared a variable sum with data type int and the initial value we assign to the sum is 0. Again a for loop over here. For I equal 1, I less than or equal to 100, I plus plus. So here we have used the for loop. Then opening brace, sum equals sum plus I. If sum double equal to 15, break. So here what they have used is that this particular program is for finding the sum of numbers from 1 to 100. 1 to 100. But when the value of, here we can see that this program will go on executing until the value of I equal 40. When the value of I becomes 50, sorry, so this program will go on when the value of sum becomes, so not I, when the value of sum becomes 50. When the value of I becomes, sorry, sum becomes 15, we have used break. So automatically the control will goes out of the for loop. So the output of this particular program is finding the sum of numbers from 1 to 5. So 1 to 5, the sum for 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 is 50. So when the sum is 15, what happens? Automatically we will check this condition if sum equal to 15. Automatically in the next line we have given break, automatically the control will goes out of the for loop. So students, do dry run for this section also. So the next jumping statement or jump statement is continue. The continue statement is used to repeat the iteration of the loop. This statement forces the next iteration of the loop to take place, skipping any code following the continue statement in the loop body. In the case of the for loop, the control is transferred to a update statement and then to the control section. But in the case of while and do while loops, the continue statement transfers the control directly to the conditional expression that controls the loop. So this is the difference between for loop and a while loop when we use the continue statement. The break and continue statements are considered as unconditional control statements. So which are the unconditional control statements in Java? The break statement and the continue statements are the unconditional control statement. That is, the jumping statements are known as the unconditional control statements in Java. So keep in mind. So which are the unconditional control statements in Java? That is break and continue. So here there is a code for illustrating the example for continue statement. here we have declared two variables similar to the former example, I and sum. For I equal 1, I less than or equal to 10, I plus plus. If the condition is true, we will come inside the for loop. So here what happens, the initial value of I is 1, we will check the condition 1 less than or equal to 10 is true, we will come inside the for loop. So here 1 more 2 will be, we are checking 1 more 2 double equal to 0. So here we know that result of 1 more 2 is 1 itself. 1 is not equal to 0. So if the condition is true, if the value here we are getting is 0 equal to 0, then we will use continue. So for the value of I equal 1, the condition is false. So automatically we won't execute the statement after that. Then we will go to the next line after that. So over here we can see that sum equals sum plus I. So the initial value of sum is 0, 0 plus 1 will be added and stored in the variable sum itself. So the sum value is 1. Clear? So again we come to the for loop and update the value of I. Now the value of I becomes 2. We will check the condition, that is 2 less than or equal to 10. Yes, condition is true. We will come inside the for loop. So we will check the condition again. There is a condition, that is if I mod 2 double equal to 0, that is 2 mod 2 equal to 0. That is 2 is divided by 2 and we are checking whether the remainder is 0. Yes, 0. In that case remainder is 0. So 0 is equal to 0. So we are giving, if since the condition is true, then the statement after that is continue. Automatically what happens, the control will goes to for loop and update the value of I. So I hope it's clear for you. Now the value of I becomes 3. So this will goes on executed until the particular condition violates. So here you can see that for the value of I as 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10, we will execute the continue statement. For the rest of the values, we do the statement after that, sum equals sum plus I. So this is about continue statement. So this is a difference between different types of loops: for loop and while loop and do while loop, break and continue. So this type of question is a sure question in your board exam. So the question will be asked, that is what is the difference between for loop and while loop, or what is the difference between while loop and do while, or some other times the question will be like this, what is the difference between break and continue. So students, go through this section. I hope this particular content is clear for you.